Welcome back, my fellow aficionados. Um, the next question, and I seem to be getting this one a lot with how many cigars I smoke, and the great, you know, I just came across because I have my cigar aficionado. You guys can't see it on screen, but I came across a great interview with Pete Johnson. And for those of you that don't know Pete Johnson, I absolutely admire this guy. I look up to him. He's also the founder of L'Atelier and the Tatuajes and the Tattoo, the Monster line from Tatuaje is amazing. Anyway, and he, I've answered this question before, but he reiterated on kind of what I said, and he had a good spin on it. That it's not, cigars are about the moment. And he said that so well, and I was like, he nailed it right on. Right, it's about having that downtime to sit there and enjoy a stick with no distractions, no meetings, no cell phone, no emails. It's just a time to wind down. Which I've always said, reason being, in the winter, going outside to freeze to have a cigar, I don't enjoy it. Because I'm not in the moment. I'm more worried about staying warm and totally not enjoying what the cigar has to offer. So I just found that really interesting, and they asked him, well, how many cigars do you smoke? And he goes, well, depends. If I'm working, I can burn through 8, 12 sticks a day. Where myself, I'm the opposite. If I'm busy doing up purchase agreements or leases or meeting clients or whatnot, I am so focused on that I do not have a cigar. I just can't enjoy that. So on average, though, Pete smokes one a day. For myself personally, depending, it could be two a week, sometimes one a week. If I really have downtime, I can have three, but I would have to say on average 1 to 2. And again, it's just to be in that moment, as Pete was saying. That I thought that was really well said. So yeah, to each his own. I know friends that at 5:30 in the morning, when they start their day, it's the first stick to get them into the groove, into the rhythm. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just everybody's different. Some people, it doesn't bother them, the weather outside, but for me personally, it does heavily influence if I'm enjoying a cigar, the flavors I'm getting from the cigar. Am I rushing? Your mood. There's so much. But anyhow, I thought that was a great question, and I leading up to the next question, I also Carlos Santos, we were talking about that as well. He said it best as well. The winter, I do less smoking, more collecting, and the summer, you get to enjoy your sticks. So Carlos, well said, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Also, he was commenting, hoping that I'm still making videos. Yes, sir. If you like the content, please hit like, subscribe. Uh, Trying to get better slowly but surely. We'll make the steps. Now he also commented, impressed with your knowledge on temperature, dew point, maturation, etc. Hats off to you. Thank you, sir. And it's I'm constantly learning. And I keep saying this. I think I said this on the last video. To say I'm a pro and know everything, I would never say that. And that's where I would be worried if somebody did think that. That's when you get into trouble. But no, have I smoked enough? I'd like to think so. I mean, a little background on me. I started 90, probably 91, 92 is when I had my first stick, and that was just starting that cigar craziness. So yeah, it's been a while. I guess I'm dating myself now, but yeah. All right, and the last comment from Metro 2033, again with the line 8. He loves this lighter, and I couldn't agree with you more, my friend. Very nice, and great finish. We're going to talk. I purchased. Now I didn't. These weren't gifted to me, so you're going to get an honest opinion. But I did purchase the Boveda Butler. I'm going to give this a go and compare it with the sensor push. I'm going to go out on the limb and say they work both really well, but we'll give this a go. Let me give it a go, and I'll give you guys an honest opinion on this one as well, just to be fair with the sensor push. So I'll get that calibrated and everything next week. And also, what I would like to talk about, I think on the next video I'm going to dissect this. Now I know I said I wasn't going to do that again, but this one I'm going to have to. And I'll give you a little story on these before I show you this. So I had a friend go to Cuba, and I specifically told him I wanted fresh rolled cigars. I wanted 10 fresh rolled cigars. So he did that. Now, what I was kind of, well, I'm not going to say I expected this, but it's not surprising. But I specifically, when I get cigars like this, I do not put these into my humidor. I don't know about anything about the specimen coming in, and I don't introduce new specimens just like that. So I put these. I do have a 10 count, a 400 count desktop, but also you can also put these in a box, seal the box. But anyway, and what I noticed when I went to check, I put them in an old LGC. I think it was my Metal Dewar #2 box. And when I went to check it, saw some little fine tobacco dust. which I thought was a little strange. So I went through and didn't see anything. So I closed it back up, and a couple days later I went to check, and there it was again. So I went through, and that's when I found, when I started tapping the cigars, I found that this guy here, I don't know if it's going to focus, off of the foot, again, some fine cigar, we'll call it dust, but this guy, I want to open this up, and let's see if I can get that, if it'll focus. There you go. See that hole? Cigar beetle. That, and maybe for those of you that haven't ever seen that before, that right there is a cigar beetle hole. And it's perfect the way they drill in. So what I figured is that that little SOB was on the bottom on this guy, came out and drilled in to here, because I still have those other specimens separate and I don't see anything else. So what I'm thinking, if I nailed this guy right, when we dissect this, we'll see if it's still in there. Should be interesting. Yeah, so we'll do that. Now, I know some people are going to be, well, you know, that's why you should, when you buy boxes, you should cut them open. And yeah, I know what you're saying. But again, you know, Minron Ni, he brought up a great point. You know, when you buy a sealed box, if the beetle is in there, it's not going to survive. It's not like, you know, it's going to eat every single stick. And with the maturation process, as the cigars are aging, it's going to consume the oxygen that's inside the sealed box. So he's not worried about it. Now, I do have a bunch of boxes that are sealed, that haven't been opened. And I would lie if I said I wasn't a little concerned that, you know, running into that issue. But you know what? We'll find out. We'll find out when I open it up. Like I said, the one box is 10 years. So we'll see if that holds true. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting. You know, he doesn't seem to be concerned about it, and he doesn't open his boxes to inspect, which I thought was really interesting. But anyhow, so what I'd like to do on the next video, we'll get into this guy, and we'll see if we find it. It'll be interesting. So anyhow, folks, that is it for me. As always, hit like, subscribe, share. We're still on target, 700 subs. We're going to do another giveaway. As those of you have voiced, I have to be able to see you on the subscriber list in order to qualify. So please, you know, I respect your privacy, but I just want to give you guys a heads up that when we do the draw, if your privacy setting you're keeping that I can't see it, then we'll have to move on to the next. But I definitely want to see it on my list. So have a great night, great morning, great afternoon, wherever you are in the world watching this, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Cheers.